when we think about what it is we actually want for our children, when we think about what are our priorities, one of the big things that comes into play is we want healthy relationships with our kids. We want our kids to grow up and find healthy relationships. We want them to grow up and find that lifelong partner that is going to help not only keep them happy, but draw them closer to Jesus. But that's easier said than done. Let's get into this. How do you teach your kids how to have good, healthy relationships? It's not simple, but it is definitely a priority because with so many marriages ending in divorce. I mean, just yesterday, I spoke to a good friend of mine whose marriage has disintegrated. So, how do we shield our kids from that? Well, first of all, let's be honest, there are no guarantees. In a world of free choice, everyone makes their own decisions. And even if we raise our children to make the right decisions, that doesn't mean that mistakes can be made. I mean, I think of the story of God choosing King Saul. God chose Saul, not to make a point, not because he knew he was going to be a bad leader. Yes, God knows the beginning from the end, but it was still Saul's choice to leave him. God allowed him to do that. Some marriages are going to end, and let's not write everyone off as a failure. But at the same time, we all agree that is not our priority. That is not what we want. We want to raise children who understand healthy relationships. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we know that we learn relationships through modeling. We've talked about it on this channel before. And so we need to model healthy relationships. And again, easier said than done. How do you model healthy relationships? Well, the only way you can model healthy relationships is by having a healthy relationship with your spouse. That's going to take work. There are days where even the best marriages hit some rough patches. But maintaining good communication, demonstrating the different ways you can show love to your spouse so that your kids grow up seeing this is what love looks like. This is what communication looks like. Also, always putting your spouse before yourself so that your children grow up seeing that's what a relationship is supposed to look like, where my dad or my mom puts the other one first. You have to put each other first. When I say put each other first, I don't just mean, make sure you're always giving the other person what they want. But I mean, putting each other first means making them a priority. Making them a priority when it comes to time. Making them a priority when it comes to how you spend your money. Making them a priority in how you live your life. So that your partner always feels loved. Your partner always feels appreciated. Raise your kids so that that's what they're seeing. And it's going to be difficult for them to enter into a relationship where someone else isn't living that way because that's all they've ever seen. Another key thing that you're going to want to make sure is having God at the center of your relationship. Having God at the center of your relationship doesn't just limit itself to family worships. Although those are great, you should definitely be doing family worships. You should also be intentionally praying with each member of your family, not just praying with your kids, and that's the easy one, but praying with your spouse too, taking that time where the two of you are praying together, praying about the things that are on your heart. But also, I want you to intentionally spend time talking with your spouse about ministry. What are ways your family can be involved in service? What are ways your family can be spreading the good news to the world around them? These are key elements to a healthy relationship. And if you want your children to grow up to have healthy relationships, that begins right now, right here. Modeling those relationships. Modeling to them What are the priorities that you're looking for in a significant other? What are the things God wants you to find in that significant other? We've all seen unhealthy relationships. But let's show our kids what it's supposed to look like. And I want to be clear. We're talking about healthy relationships, not perfect relationships. Because we're not perfect people. I make mistakes. It's possible that one day my wife will make a mistake. But although I'm not perfect, it doesn't keep me from modeling what a healthy relationship should look like. And so let's raise our children to understand and to have healthy relationships. Again, you can join this channel by clicking that subscribe button. As we continue working together, how can we best disciple our children? Thank you again for joining, and we'll see you again next week, right here.